What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Javon. This here is the Real Bachelors.
Got another one. Boom.
Alright guys, I want to talk to you guys about the Texas rig, right? The Texas rig is an extremely versatile rig, right? That excels in any condition. It can be swam, hopped, dragged through the water column. I mean, it could be fished anywhere, in dirty water, in clear water. That's what makes it so versatile. What the Texas rig consists of is usually some type of worm hook, a bullet weight, and a soft plastic. Now you can throw a peg stopper on the top of these bullet weights. Without that peg stopper on top of that bullet weight, that weight is just free. It's gonna roam through the line. I actually have one rigged here, and I'll show you what I mean. It'll just roam right back and forth through that line there. And what tends to happen is that weight will snag up really, really quick. And you'll end up getting into a tussle with your line trying to take that weight from whatever it's wrapped up on. So usually a peg stopper is perfect in those high vegetation areas, right? So let's break down this Texas rig, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to rig it. And then at the end of the video, I have a couple of clips that I was able to capture on how I fished the Texas rig. Before I get to that, I want to make sure I tell you guys, make sure you subscribe if you're watching the video. I'm at 200 subscribers. It means a lot to me, so thank you guys for the ones who have subscribed. It's awesome, and I'm gonna keep this content coming for you guys. But let's get right into it. The Texas rig consists of two separate hooks, that I like to use. There's other hooks, but the two that I like to use is normally a round bend offset hook in a 3/0 or 4/0, and a offset EWG hook in a 3/0 or 4/0. And the reason I use these two hooks is because a lot of these soft plastics come in different circumferences. So for instance, I'm gonna show you two different baits here. This here is a Yum stick bait, right? It's a white and green stick bait. It's a little bit thicker than this Zoom trick worm, right? So when it comes to these two hooks, this round bend, I'm gonna put it more on these thinner baits, right? And this offset EWG hook, this extra wide gap hook, anything with this thicker profile, or even something like this here, which is, oh, I got one out already, which is some sort of creature bait. You guys can actually see it's thick. It's a thicker, meatier plastic, soft plastic. So I would wrap it around an EWG hook, right? So these are the two hooks that I use. Now the weights that I like to use, it's either gonna be a 8 ounce weight, bullet weight, right? 1/4 ounce bullet weight, or a 1/2 ounce bullet weight. And 9 times out of 10, I'm usually gonna start out on the 1/4 ounce. Lately, I have been putting on that 1/8 ounce and starting off a little bit slower just because the bass have been a little bit more finicky. But my comfortability has always been that 1/4 ounce. The 1/2 ounce is usually when I'm going in and I'm starting to pitch into cover in a high vegetated area, and I usually put on the peg stopper there, and that's how I normally go with it, right? Now, soft plastics, like I said, there's so many different soft plastics you can rig on the Texas rig. It is insane. I mean, I think you can rig any soft plastic on the Texas rig, if you want to be honest about it. Some of the examples, like I said, are creature baits, right? You can do a creature bait. I've showed you guys the worms. You have different variation of worms. You can do all type of soft plastic worms. I have some in here. You have flukes in my bag. I have some flukes you can throw on there. You have some paddle tail swimmers you can throw on there. I mean, you want to get technical, you take one of these toads here, and I actually have one of these double hooked here, but you take a toad like this, you could Texas rig a toad. Get yourself a nice 4/0 or 5/0 hook, and you could Texas rig this perfectly fine. I mean, that's what makes it so versatile, is that you can Texas rig anything, any soft plastic on these hooks, and you'll be perfectly fine. So how do you rig a Texas rig? You have two parts of this worm. You have the flat part, which is the head, and the pointy part, which is the bottom, right? You're gonna take the flat part of the head and the point of that hook, and you're gonna drive it through the very center of that soft plastic. Now, before I start, I just wanna emphasize something. There's a little gap in here on these soft plastics. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's a guide basically for your hook. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean when we get to that point and how I use it. So you're gonna keep that gap, that opening on that soft plastic facing the point of the hook, all right? And you're gonna take the hook and drive it right through the top, the flat portion, that center, straight down the middle. And you're only gonna put in there about 1/4 inch. It's not gonna go in too much, just about 1/4 inch. Once it's there, assuring that everything is lined up properly, I still have that gap lined up with the point of the hook, everything is centered. You're gonna take it and you're just gonna pop that hook right out the center, just like that. You're gonna ride it all the way up to the top, and you're gonna spin that hook to face the worm, and it should be fairly easy to turn it, just like that, right? I'm gonna move the line over, throw the hook on the other side, and you guys can pretty much see what we got so far, right? That's what we kind of got so far. Now, if I turn the bait this way, or the soft plastic this way, you guys can see that that opening is still facing the point of the hook. So we want to keep that there, and this is where that guide comes in play. With the hook facing like this to the side of the soft plastic, I know that this is where that point is going to have to penetrate through in order for it to be perfect, right? So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to pinch it right there, and that gap that's in that soft plastic is where I'm going to drive the point of the hook through. So I'm going to pinch up the soft plastic to where I know the hook's got to go through. I'm going to ensure that it's going through that gap. I can't see here, right through the gap. We're going to make the hook come out, and there you go. Now, when the bass bites onto this, what I said that I want more hook to be exposed, right? Because the hook is going to be hiding. We're going to text pose it in a minute. I'm going to explain what that is. When that bass bites it, I want a lot of that hook to be exposed. So when I hook set, it's going in. There is no, I might miss the hook set, I might not, you know? So that is what I'm looking for. Now, once you got it here, it's just a matter of lifting that bait and getting that hook to be pinched in, right? So I'm gonna turn it this way, and I'm gonna rise the bait up a little bit. Let me see if I can look here. I'm gonna rise the bait up a little bit here, and I'm just gonna pinch it so that hook can sit on it. Just like that, right? Just like that. Now to finish everything, now I'm doing this a little bit backwards. Normally, when you have your Texas rig, you're gonna grab your fishing line, you're gonna route your bullet weight through first, then tie on your hook, right? So, like I said, this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm doing it backwards. However, the first thing you will do is put on your weight. Just like this. You want the weight to sit on top of your hook like a hat on a soft plastic. Now this here's what your Texas rig will look like. The only thing that this Texas rig is missing is a peg stopper in the event that I want to keep everything pegged. So try that out. Let me know how it works for you guys. If you like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know how you guys do your Texas rig. I want to try something out new sometimes. You know, there may be something I missed that you guys do, and it may work for you guys, and I like to try it out. So if you guys do something different, drop it down in the comment section. If I missed something, let me know, because like I said, we're a community. One hand helps the other. So let's make that happen. Without further ado, here goes those clips.
All right, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how I like to fish the Texas rig. We're out here at a new pond. Now there's two ways I tend to fish this Texas rig. Like I said, it's either going to be I'm curling it or I'm hopping it. A lot of times you can swim it through the water column, but right now we're really shallow. I got a 1/4 ounce weight here, a green pumpkin worm. I'm going to show you guys how I tend to work this bait here, right? I'm going to just pitch it out there into the water. let that bait fall, leaving that bail open. I just closed it because, like I said, we're very shallow. Pick up that slack. And the first way is you can always just drag it. Just drag it on the bottom. I have it unpegged at the present moment, so if there's anything that I'm making contact with, I'm gonna feel it. You know, I got a 1/4 ounce weight there. It's unpegged, so I can get snagged very easily. I do recommend that you peg your weights. Peg your weights. That's very crucial, especially if you're in some high vegetated area, just because it helps with the vegetation. Now, and it helps. It not only helps with the vegetation, but it helps it being snagless. Another thing is, with it being unpegged, it gives the bait more action. So if you're looking for your bait to just have more action as it falls, it creates this pendulum where the weight goes down and the bait follows, so it gives that back end a little bit more action. If you're looking for that, then unpeg it, leave it unpegged. You can pop it like I just did, give it a nice hop, let it fall down, hop it, reel in the slack, let it fall back down, hop it, reel in the slack, let it fall back down. And something about this, a lot of times that they'll hit it is on the fall. Either there it is, just like I said, right on the fall. So there we go. So a lot of the times it's usually right on the fall that they'll hit it. You just leave it down there and let it fall. It has a little scar there, it looks like some sores there, but you know, you just gotta let it fall. Come here. Go, 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 go. Just didn't want to stick around, man. It just didn't want to just hold itself. It just kept coming off. So, well, that's pretty much it. As you guys see, we did it again. We tried it out. So you guys can see, kind of just destroyed my hook here with that one. So we're gonna try that out again. Right there. We're about to switch out to the swim jig in a few, just because I want to see if we got another one. Ooh! See, usually it's on that. He's swimming towards me. He's hooked funny. Ooh. Oh, stuck on this branch here. Oh no, you're hooked. Wow, look at that, guys. Ate my worm in half. That's insane. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna kind of hold the hook here. I don't want to put him through all that torture. We got a nice long bass here. Oh, he's got a little spider on him, a little white spider. That's not good. Let's take that off of him. It can put you back in there good and healthy. Right? Right, that's it. That's it. That's good there. I'm gonna release you over here, buddy, just so that you have somewhere to go. You can get away here. All right, buddy, go ahead. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna throw that out there. Let that bait hit the ground and just slowly drag it. And if you start to feel it, if you start to feel it making contact with things, because now I'm seeing they're hitting it as it's just dragging. There we go. There we go. This is a small one, guys, but we got one. So just drag it sometimes. See, a little dinker. It's okay, it's okay. We're gonna go far with it. There we go. We're gonna let it fall. We know that the bait has officially hit the ground because the line stopped moving towards it, so we're good. And I'm just gonna keep my rod tip low, and I'm just gonna drag it this time. I'm gonna see what we got with the bottom. There we go. You just gotta drag it. There we go. So this one wanted it dragging it. You see? Just a matter of feeling what you, aw, little dinker. Look at the little dinker we got here. See? And that's how you catch it on the Texas rig. It's a matter of just, they want it hopping it. They rather want it dragging it. So I dragged it.